Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be reviewing the 100 Season 7 Episode 11 Etherea, which sees the return of our very own Bellamy Blake. We spend most of the episode with Bellamy and who I'm going to refer to as Mr. Disciple, even though the name of the disciple is Conductor Duchette. I like how his name isn't really mentioned, running home the idea of selflessness in disciple culture, and acting more of a catalyst for Bellamy to follow the shepherd rather than a real person. We open with Levitt memory capping a disciple who was in the stone room when the explosion took place, with Levitt seeing Bellamy jump into the portal just as the explosion happens, landing in a dense forest on Etherea, with Mr. Disciple. They immediately fight each other, with Bellamy quickly realizing that he won't make it back to his friends without working with Mr. Disciple to assure both of their survival, and escape from Etherea. Bellamy nurses Mr. Disciple back to health, with most of the episode focusing on their individual beliefs. We can tell that the episode takes place over likely 4 to 6 months, as before the climb a couple months must have passed, as Mr. Disciple's leg heals, and this is before they even start the climb, as we know they are trapped for at least 2 months in the cave. So 4 to 6, maybe 5 months seems like a realistic timeline. This episode really acts massively as character development for Bellamy, at first mocking Mr. Disciple's religion, saying that the shepherd was rolling a boulder up a hill or was wearing wax wings, in reference to Sisyphus and Icarus. Bellamy almost dies, but Mr. Disciple comes back for him, taking shelter in a cave, with Bellamy repeating Octavia's mantra, "I am not afraid." We get a role reversal with Mr. Disciple saving him, finding the cave that Cadogan lived in for over 3 months, finding tools, bedding, and the picture Cadogan took from the bunker of his family, proving he came to Etherea, although chances are he was likely alone, as there is only one bed in the cave, so this probably wasn't the first planet he landed on after leaving the bunker, meaning it was probably Bardo. Bellamy and Mr. Disciple find proof of those who apparently ascended, with it being what seems like 3 figures holding up their arms giving off energy. Mr. Disciple references "From the ashes we will rise," with Bellamy realizing that in the picture is Bill Cadogan. Although at this point Bellamy doesn't agree with Mr. Disciple, you can tell it's starting to get to him, even though he won't admit it. We also get our scene from the promo with Bellamy munching on bugs. They end up being in the cave for over 2 months. Turning to Mr. Disciple and the shepherd for hope, Bellamy has a vision about Bill Cadogan, with him mentioning that guns and swords aren't weapons, but faith is the true weapon. He sees his mother in his vision, with her quite literally leading him to the light, with the sun coming out after 2 months because Bellamy finally prayed with Mr. Disciple. Whether this was actually true or not, who knows? I mean, it's hard to deny there is definitely something going on in that cave with the 3 figures. Bellamy and Mr. Disciple begin their final climb, with Bellamy using the strength of the shepherd to save Mr. Disciple after he falls. They make it to the top, activating the stone, with them having to make a quite literal leap of faith, as the anomaly lands at the bottom, jumping into it and both making it back to Bardo, with Bellamy kneeling to the shepherd when he returns. Bellamy's reunited with the group, with Clark telling Bellamy about the flame, and Bellamy telling Bill it was destroyed. God damn it, Bellamy. I actually really enjoyed the survival style of this episode, and the clashes between what Mr. Disciple and Bellamy believed. It's getting kind of hard to deny that something is going on, especially with the figures in the cave, so perhaps there is a final war for humankind, but I'd say everyone is looking at the wrong man to lead them into this final war, or test, or whatever it is. But it's getting hard to say that Cadogan is completely crazy. Anyway, this is the part where I finish this review and talk about the promo for next episode, so if you don't want any spoilers whatsoever, thank you for watching and please make a hasty exit. On to the promo for the 100 Season 7 Episode 12 named The Stranger. This is obviously referring to Bellamy, as there is a divide between Bellamy and the group, as he is now a full-blown disciple and clearly believes in the cause. We see Clark in memory capture clearly resisting it, likely trying to get the information from the flame that might be left in Clark's brain after having it in her head, possibly learning that Maddie is the one they need, and that's why she's clearly upset at the end. I think we will see them go after Maddie, or possibly Shadeheader, but Maddie makes more sense considering her drawings and their link to the stone. If the memory capture sees Maddie drawings in Clark's mind, then we're in deep trouble. We also see Shadeheader taking his throne on Sanctum, becoming commander once again. And we see Indra still alive on Sanctum, which I know a lot of people weren't happy with her survival last episode. It does feel like it would have been the best death for her. Anyway everyone, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe for more, as well as tell me in the comments below what you think is coming in the future episodes and any death predictions you may have. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the future. Bye.